everybody. This starts the journey of fishing the so-called stick fetcher. It's a 1949 aluminum and it does not float. So we have some bow work to do. We got some Hobart aluminum welding rods that you do with like a MAP gas or a propane, and we're going to try it out and see if we can get something that'll get us on the water with a little trolling motor and get us to some more fish. So this begins the journey to float the stick fetcher. I will see you when we're working on it. We're back again. Got my lazy helper here. He'll lick your face while you're trying to accomplish something. That's about all he does. And he lays around a lot. He's offended. Anyhow, so we got her moved in here, and I will show you this wonderful fishing machine. Now we're not going to like do a full restore. We're not going all out. We're staying on the cheap. We want her to float on top of the water, not halfway under the water or on the bottom, just above. Not take on too much. It can take on a little bit. I don't mind a wet shoe if I'm catching fish. So here she is. Oh yeah, it's a beauty. Somebody is just decided we'll just carve that out. We don't need that, and that's fine. Some rusty bolts up through, fine. Mint. We're gonna fix that, and we got some issues right in here. And we got some type of super putty. They said, well, that's just how we'll do that, and we're gonna tear that off. We've got some just silicone over the holes there. Got another bracket here. It leaks rainwater through it just because you wiggled it. We'll get that off of there, seal that up. Had some carpet in her at one time. A cushion. Oh yeah, not so much anymore. It's probably not going to do much for you. And the only thing I've done is I've pulled this transom board out. I'll cut a new one. We've got a little tear here in the corner, so we'll fix that. Just brace it up a little bit. We're not going to run any pep to her, so we should be all right. The thrust of a trolling motor shouldn't blow the back out of it. So anyhow, she had a top cover on it one time. Got rid of that. More room that way, I guess. But there it is. So head home. Excuse me, cut the new transom ply board there, bolt it back up, try to fix some of the leaks in the front, and then we'll put it on the water and see what happens. I think it'll go well. We'll be on top, floating along, catching fish. So I'll check back in with you when we get some of that sealed up. I'm not going to bore you with it. We're not going to make this real long. So part 2 is going to be the one that might stretch a little bit because we might be into some fish. So later. Okay, so we found some well, finish board. I didn't use plyboard, but it'll serve the purpose for now. It won't last forever, but we don't plan on fishing in this thing for the rest of our lives. We may not even float for 10 minutes. So just found a piece of finish board. It was laying around. Cut her out in the shape that we need. We're gonna see if it fits in there. A little bit of hillbilly end mill on a spot that doesn't want to fit right now. That ought to do. I'll switch you around and we'll see if it fits. There's our trouble spot. A little bit of like a glove. So we'll get the holes drilled. We've got it set in there. Get the holes drilled, buckle her down, get our plate bolted back on. We'll just continue along. Plan on doing this in one day. We'll just quick mop it, get her sealed up as far as we can tell, and hopefully she floats. If she doesn't, we'll know where the water's coming from, so we can hit that later. So here we go. The smell of mouse urine that this has is almost overpowering. Up under the seats there's a channel. I don't know how many families were raised there, but whew. Anyhow, we about got that installed. We'll be up front here shortly. So I'll finish getting this buttoned down in between throwing balls for the dog. And we'll be up front shortly. We're only about, I don't know, an hour and a half in total. So we're making good time. Everything's going just fine. Oops. That ain't good. Did you bring it back? Make sure you don't get on the drill. Right here. Down. The battery always dies on the last rivet. Every time. Alrighty. Yeah, I know. Under my feet? Really? Huh? Under my feet? You're the worst helper that's ever existed. You know that, right? We got a hole here, a hole here, a hole there, and a hole there. So it says to use a wire brush or whatever, but we're using 80 grit sandpaper, so I don't think we're going to get a cleaner surface than that. We should be able to get these holes sealed up, and then we'll continue on to the other parts that have holes. So we'll get it started here and see how she does. All right, now we're going to go from the inside to the outside. We have a little flow through the hole. We're just connecting the two sides. Make it a little stronger, hopefully. We're going to sand it down, but we're not going to make it super neat. Keeping a thick spot there isn't going to hurt us at all. it won't cut into our fishing room. I'm gonna set you down here. All right, so we've got the transom board all replaced, bolted in. We've got the holes brazed in up front. We removed that bracket that had no real purpose whatsoever, and brazed those holes closed, sanded both sides down. We don't have any sharp edges or whatever. Do they look perfect? No. Do we care? No. Just as long as we're not snagging clothes or fishing line or something like that on it. That's all I'm shooting for. But I'm gonna do the floor pan. I'm just gonna clean this out best I can. I've already killed some ants. Just clean that out just to make sure. I'm gonna try to braze it. That's a pretty wide gap. That's a lot to be asking. I mean, I think you're gonna have to have something butted right up against each other to do that. If not, we can all metal it. That's fairly flexible and would probably do the job well enough. And then this section in here, just try to get it filled and sealed off. And we should be, we did have one hole down the bottom I had to fix. We should be about ready to get the lighting a little better. We should be about ready to get on it. I think our total time in it's going to be around 8 hours, just messing around, sealing holes and cutting a new board and, you know, getting that solid. We have that spot on the corner. I'll probably get it, tap back close and just braze that seam just to make sure. We're not, I mean, 36 pounds of thrust isn't going to fold it in, so, but we'll do it anyhow, just for giggles, I guess, and to not get caught on it and cut, because I will be lugging this in and out of the back of the truck. It's a little bit big for that, but we'll get her down in the water. We'll fight with it. It'll be fine. It's all fine. No hernia yet, so hopefully we don't end up with one, and hopefully we don't end up swimming. So, hello, Rollo. Yeah, my helper's back. Hey. What do you want? Yeah, he's just down here to run over me and get in the way. All right. I will get to that. There may be a view on it, but I'm just going to quick seam through it. Believe it or not, we are on the water. I think what we had 8 hours worth of work, just cleaning some stuff up, sealing some holes. We didn't paint it. She's not pretty. And it looks real funny in the back of the rig. We're hauling it in, and I will review that later. But for right now, we are on the water. And so far, no leaks. We've got one little weeper up front, right where we put that new metal in, and I didn't even sand it. I mean, it is not pretty. We'll walk up there real quick. I ain't got my sea legs going on yet, but I'll show you the total water after 15 minutes on the water. Just a little bit. Little tiny puddle. I think we can stay out all day in this boat. So for $60, I'll take it. We got a fairly sizable boat. Too big to be loading into a truck, but that's how we're handling it. But for right now, we are gonna assault some fish. They're not safe. They can't get away from us. It's beautiful. Well, there she is in all of her glory after the first adventure. Mostly just testing it out. We took on some water, not too bad. We'll get her loaded up and I'll do a quick sequence on that. That's our total water. A little bit in there. And I was out for a few hours. So I'm pretty sure once we get this right in here fixed up, that will take care of her. So we'll go ahead and throw our backs out and load her up here. Look at that, wouldn't you? Isn't it just beautiful? I have to unload it out here, kind of at a closed down dock, of course. I can't take it to the marina. I can't keep all the women out of it. I don't need them in my way when I'm trying to fish, you know? But yeah, there she is. Oh, one day down. Next time hopefully we'll be catching some fish. I'm sure you're catching some wind noise there, but beautiful day. We got it loaded, hernia free, so we'll take that as a win, and we'll head back out in it and hopefully catch some fish next time. Beautiful out. Sun's dropping down, got some waves on the water. No fish for dinner though. We now have a fishing vessel, so there'll be some boat videos. I'm not going to upgrade. I mean, why would you? With a gym like this, and I'm more of a backwater fishing kind of person anyhow. I like the rivers going in and the rivers coming out. So I think we'll just stick to that for a little while. Not really action packed, but we didn't sink. It could have been action packed. That's actually what I was kind of expecting, but hey, sometimes you get away with one, right? All right, I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for viewing whatever this was, and I really appreciate it. Stay safe out there. Get yourself a cheap boat. Later.